Okay, I'm back. This is gonna be video, I don't even know, 2 or 3 now of this. So basically that's what I was explaining before the neighbor stopped in to see what I was doing here. Um, yeah, so that's what you do. You cut your pieces off of this end, okay? And you could use them down here on this end because the, the end of this, where you cut off, is gonna be this. The end of this is gonna have that groove on it for your next piece to fill in. You can't use this piece down this end because when you cut this, get that up. When you cut over here, this whatever length is past this wall is what you're gonna have left over. So now you're gonna have this end right here is gonna end up here. Okay, this end right here, when you cut a piece, is gonna be past where you're cutting. So that piece has to go all the way down the other end of the room. But I'll show you later. As I'm doing this video, I'm gonna show you guys how I get 5% waste and not 30% waste. You know what I mean? I'll show you that. And if you do it this way, you're not gonna be buying crazy boxes. I guys that are inexperienced and don't know nothing about flooring don't know how to stagger these. If you do these pieces, okay, in that other way that I had this laid out before, in the video before this, if you make all your every other joint on the, you know what I mean? If you do a long half and half all the way down your floor, you're gonna have all seams. Okay, it's not gonna hold good. The floor will not hold together good. You want all your seams staggered like that. And I'll show you what I mean about the waste. Because now when you're cutting these pieces here, if you do your whole flooring like this, all the pieces that you cut down here, guess what? Since you started your floor like this, you're gonna have limited pieces. Okay, if you start your floor the other way, rather. If you start your floor the other way with every other one, with a seam here and a seam there and a seam there, every other row, or a seam here and then a seam here and a seam there every other row. Now you got limited pieces you could use, because once you get over to this side, over here, your piece is only so long. So if you get to this end and you have all these same size cut pieces, guess what? You're gonna need longer ones when you get over here. Now you just wasted all that material, because that piece isn't gonna fit over here because it's gonna be too small. If it's too long, you're good. But if it's too small, guess what? Now you gotta go buy a whole nother box, because you have all pieces. This is about, I would say, 20 inches. You have a whole box of, a whole pile of 20-inch pieces, and you got 23 feet over there. You got 24 feet over there. So guess what? You can't use none of your flooring now. Don't do the floors like that. Well, do the floors like that if you want to spend more money, if that's the way you prefer to do it. But stagger your joints that way. Now you have all random sizes here. Okay? So 9 out of 10 times, you're going to end up with those random, you're going to end up, not 9 out of 10 times, you're going to end up with all those random pieces, smaller and longer. Now you have less waste, because some spots you're going to cut 2 inches off. Some spots you're going to cut a half an inch off. Some spots you're going to cut 5 inches off, depending on where your pieces end up out back here. So as you're working on the floor, cut all your pieces, start cutting all your pieces. Take those pieces, put them over, start stacking them up over here and spreading them out on your floor over here. Okay, and as you're working your way from that corner down, you could look at your pieces, pick them up, bang, drop that in that corner. You'll have your whole row going across here. You'll see the space. You look at the pieces. You could just, if you spread them out nicely, you'll be able to pick them up and just drop them at the ends. Boom, 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 boom. And then you could see what you'll have to cut less off. You'll see the pieces that you'll have to be able to use from your pile that are going to have the least amount of waste on them. So by the time you're done, you're going to have a pile of pieces. I mostly have a pile of pieces like this thick. You know what I mean? That's my waste. That's my waste. On any, doesn't matter what size the room is or whatever. That's basically how it comes out. Okay, I'm gonna start making some noise here, so I'm actually gonna pause my video for a second, because I'm actually gonna cut this whole floor out nice and square. Don't worry about cleaning up. Oh, pick up your tools, but don't worry about cleaning your mess up right now, because it's just gonna get a whole lot messier. But like I said, I gotta cut this floor out right now. I'm just gonna square it right here, cut it across, and make it as square as I can right there. Go get my piece of plywood, and I'll show you. And I might even get some, what I'm gonna do when I replace this is I have some polyurethane finish that I used for a floor not too long ago. So when I pop all of this out, I'm actually gonna coat the whole plywood piece, the subfloor. I'm gonna coat it all, everything that I do here. I'm gonna put a couple of coats of polyurethane on there before I put anything over the top. Okay, I'm back. Pulling up this subfloor because all of this is rotted. All of this is rotted here. Actually, I'm pretty solid here, but I do have to cut to the next floor joist. Seem pretty good. Nice and solid. That one's pretty solid. But I have to get over here to right about here. I have to cut a little bit more out of there, because I have to hit that. I have to get halfway on this floor joist over here. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting this little by little until I hit the next floor joist. And this is a problem here. Okay, because now I have some rot over here, but guess where the next floor joist is? All the way over here behind this tub. So I might have to just add a floor joist here. And what I'll have to do is I'll have to put it halfway here, behind here, get it back there, screw into this one here, and then put another floor joist, add another piece, and just make a square, like a half a box. And this will be my side, and then I could screw into there, you know what I mean? And that'll hold my new piece of and I have, actually, if you can see back in there, you probably can't see it, I actually have the sill plate that's back there of the house. So I could screw in that. It's going to be a pain in the ass, but I could screw my pieces into that sill plate back there, which will strengthen that back corner up, because this is going to be the weak point of the floor now, because we have your tub here. Water's going to run off the back edge of this tub eventually, because people don't care. When they rent apartments, water's going to fall into that corner. If the toilet leaks, it's going to go right down into that corner, and that's going to be your weakest point of your bathroom. Most bathrooms, that's your weakest point. If you have a toilet right here and a tub right here, which in most apartments, condos, whatever, that's the situation. Bathtub and toilets side by side, right next to each other. So whatever leaks from either the toilet or whatever water comes from this top of this, even water here, this water was probably running down the wall, as you can see clearly. what I'm saying, that water, gravity, that water was running off the top. The shower head spraying back to the wall. That water's running down this edge of the tub. You could see it all the way down. You could see how much it leaked back there. All the friggin' everything, all the nails. Here's one here. You can see all the bumps in the wall. There's another one. This one's actually not that bad, but there's another one here. Another bump in the wall. You can see it a little bit there. So water's been running down that freaking wall for every time they take a shower, because their shower head wasn't right. So guess where all that water ends up? Right here. Watch this. Look at that. I'm barely touching this with my foot. As you can see, look at that. You know, and that's some thick plywood. Then you have another layer of thin plywood on top of that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the 5/8 plywood back down here. I have to build it back up now. You know what I mean? Because this guy does not want to spend. He's already got to spend $3-4 grand on ripping all these carpets up. He's got to spend more money. Like I said before, he's got to replace all these freaking countertops. He's got to rip all this carpet out. He's got to fix these doors. He got to buy a new door for there. That's probably a $250, $300 door. And we might have to get a door with a frame. I have to fix the big crack in the wall. I have to fix all the trim. I have to fix all the walls, paint this whole place. I mean, this is thousands of dollars in damage. Replace all the blinds, you know what I mean? Take all this stuff off of the walls and fill those holes. That's more time and more money. Here's another door, like I said before. This door's got to be replaced now. Damaged. I mean, it never ends, guys. When you're renting apartments, this is the thing. Look at it. Look at the radiator. Look at the radiator cover, all bent. I could straighten that out, put that on. All the radiators are gonna have to get painted white again. This is a newer radiator. It was new when she moved in here. This is a brand new radiator. You can see the sticker on it. Brand new when this lady moved in. And look at how disgusting this is. Look at that. Filthy. Filthy. But that I could clean that up. I could probably clean that up and paint the radiator. I'm gonna have to paint the radiator. I have to redo all this trim, baseboard. See, this is what the old landlord did. Other seam.
Hey, Meister.
Yeah. Another seam there. Hole in the wall there. They kicked the ball. So.
What's this?
That's what happens when you're renting property, and the owner's here now, so I'm gonna end the video and talk to him.